It doesn't happen the way you thought it would. There's no breakthrough moment, no grand epiphany, no dramatic scene where everything suddenly makes sense. You don't wake up one morning feeling victorious, like you've finally conquered yourself. It's quieter than that, softer, almost forgettable. You're just going about your day, making coffee, sitting in traffic, folding laundry, and somewhere in the middle of the ordinary, you notice something. You're okay, not happy, not fixed, not perfect, just okay. And you realize you've been okay for a while now. You just didn't notice because you were too busy trying to become okay. For so long, you were in battle mode, fighting yourself, fighting your past, fighting to be different, better, healed. You had this idea that one day, after enough work, enough therapy, enough self improvement, you'd finally arrive at okayness. Like it was a destination you had to earn. You thought there would be a finish line, a moment where you could say, "There, I did it, I'm finally whole. I'm finally enough. I'm finally the person I was supposed to become." But that's not how it works. Because you were never broken. You were just convinced you were. You were carrying wounds, yes. You were still healing, yes. But underneath all of that, beneath the anxiety and the self doubt and the fear, you were always fundamentally okay. You just forgot. The world taught you that you needed fixing, that you weren't enough as you were, that you had to earn your worth through achievement, through beauty, through being liked, through being perfect. So you spent years trying to become someone worthy of being okay. And all that time, okayness was already there, waiting for you to stop fighting long enough to notice it. Here's what changes when you realize you're already okay. You stop treating yourself like a project. You stop waiting for the final version of yourself to show up before you start living. You stop postponing peace until you've checked all the boxes. You let yourself be human, messy, inconsistent, still learning, still growing. And you understand that none of that disqualifies you from being okay right now. You stop measuring yourself against impossible standards. You stop comparing your inside to everyone else's outside. You stop believing that other people have it all figured out and you're the only one still struggling. Because you finally see it. Everyone's just doing their best, including you. And your best is enough. Not because it's perfect, but because it's real. When you know you're already okay, you stop reaching so desperately for external validation. You stop needing constant reassurance that you're doing life right. You stop checking other people's faces for approval. Because you have an internal knowing now. A quiet certainty that doesn't require applause. You're not performing anymore. You're not auditioning for worthiness. You're just here. Being. And that's enough. This doesn't mean you stop growing. It doesn't mean you stop wanting better for yourself. But the energy shifts. You're not growing because you're broken and need fixing. You're growing because you're alive and growth is what living things do. There's no shame in it anymore. No desperation. Just curiosity. Just the natural unfolding of becoming more yourself. And the relief of it. The relief of putting down the war with yourself. Of not waking up every day feeling like you have to prove your right to exist. Of just being okay with being okay, even when things aren't perfect. Especially when things aren't perfect. You have bad days now, and they don't undo you. You make mistakes, and they don't define you. You feel sadness, anxiety, anger, and those feelings don't mean you failed at being okay. They just mean you're human. And humans feel things. And that's okay too. All of it is okay. You don't have to win. You don't have to conquer. You don't have to arrive. You're already here. You've always been here. You were okay before you knew you were okay. And you'll still be okay tomorrow, even if tomorrow is hard. This is it. This is the peace you are searching for. Not in the absence of problems, but in the presence of self-acceptance. Not when everything is perfect, but when you finally stop requiring perfection to grant yourself permission to be okay. So if you're reading this, if you're still waiting for that moment when you'll finally be enough, let me tell you, you already are. Right now. With all your unfinished business. With all your healing still in progress. With all your beautiful, messy humanity. You are already okay. You always were. Thanks for being here. If this landed somewhere deep, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And tell me, when did you realize you were already okay? Subscribe to The Unhurried Woman for more gentle reminders that you don't have to earn your peace. It's already yours.